Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related. Please, people. Eddie is here as well, my brother from the best coast, which is the West Coast. The best thing about this show is going to be introducing Eddie. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the best thing about the show is introducing Eddie because the Mason Mount saga is finally over. So we will be giving our thoughts on that. I'm just glad I wasn't active when it dropped. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
universe was smiling on me. The universe was smiling on me. The fact that I wasn't, you get what I'm saying? I wasn't.
well-timed break. Well-timed break, but good to have you back.
The universe smiled on me. You know what I'm saying? That it dropped in that 2 day period. You feel me? But Eddie's here, people. You know what I'm saying? Friday edition of the show. My apologies, I didn't do the Q&A earlier. I was on my way back. That's why you didn't get it earlier. But you're gonna get the Q&A straight after this. Now that I'm back, people, we're back into the regular scheduling. So you're gonna get all the shows you get here on the YouTube, all on the Twitch, everything regarding Sarcasm City TV. But before we get into all the football, Eddie, how you doing, my brother? You good?
I've been better. I've been better. I've been better. Can't lie. Let me take you to my day yesterday real quick.
Talk
Right.
about it, fam. We got time. Talk about it.
So we had this switch in schedule, so I actually had to go into the office today.
Yeah.
Thursday, one of the busiest days. I'm trying to get my lunch, right? And it's just looking like TSA that's done it again. Just airport security all over again. So we start out with that, right? Then I go back to my chair. I'm cooling. I'm kicking it. I'm surfing on YouTube, just seeing what's up. And I just see it, man. I just see it. I just see it. Then I see Ahmed streaming. I see Lewis streaming. And I knew it had to be true.
Yeah.
It had to be true. I'm telling you right now, man. They know that on top of that, I got my men's league game. I'm hooping. I'm back hooping again, and it's a contentious game. It's a pretty difficult game, and the guy who runs the league literally calls the ref a you know what? Like he called him out his name, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I go up for a shot. I get undercut. I tell the dude, "Hey man, wake up!" He gets undercut me. I get a tech. I get a tech. I done heard him call him everything but what his mama named him. But I get a tech because I told him to wake up. Then we lose by 1 point. We lose by 1 point. So I'm here feeling guilty. Like I still gave him buckets, but I'm out here feeling guilty again. So
Yo,
that's
don't
what
worry,
I've
man.
been stepping in, bro.
Next one, fam. You know what I'm saying? Next one, you'll get that. You feel me? Next
That's
one.
what I've been. That's what I've been stepping in, bro. It's 1 foot into it, then the next foot into it. No breaks, just no breaks, man. But yeah, at least you got a little vacay, man. I'm happy about that. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
yeah, fam, man. It was nice. Someone asked me in the chat. Someone said, "Flawless, how was the break?" Yeah, man, nice, man. It was good to get arrested. It was strange. I can't remember the last time I've not streamed for like 2 days straight. So it
Mm.
was good. The break was nice. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you lot didn't get the Q&A earlier because I was kind of late getting back and then I had to sort out some other stuff. But you're still gonna get all the shows regardless. But yeah, man, appreciate that, Eddie, and same to Warrior J. Yeah, man, the break was good, man. I was chilled
Yeah,
out. It was nice. It was
yeah,
nice, man. It was nice just to chill out, kick back, and like I said, miss this Mount news, which I'm sure there'll be many questions on as well. I've pretty much given all my thoughts on it, but now it's actually happened. And
yeah.
obviously, there's now a price point we can give myself and Eddie, we can both give our full thoughts on it. But before we continue, over 30 of you lot in the building, big up, only at 25 likes though, which is a pretty good ratio actually. But five
Mhm.
more, get us up to 30 likes, people. Please subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. Trying to end the month out big because we was aiming to get over 7K before the month was out, and we blitzed that. So salute to you lot. Before the end of June, I wanted 7K, and we're closer to 7,100 than we are 7,000. So big up to you lot. Looking for 4 more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button if you are indeed new. Like I stated, keep all your comments, questions, Manchester United related, please, as well. And of course, if you super chat, we'll get straight to your comments, straight to your questions also as well. But there is only one place to start. Mason Mount. Um, Was it 55 million plus 5 in add-ons? Am I correct in saying that?
I didn't even look at the number.
Okay, somebody in the chat, let us know the number, please. I just want to
shout
make sure
out to my fault, bro. Shout out to Warrior J93. He saw me going through the emotions. He saw me going through all 5 stages of grief in 30 seconds. Time to shine, my dog. You already know what it is. Time to shine. 55 plus 5, so we ended up paying 60. Bro, listen. If you don't mind.
The floor is yours, fam. The floor is yours.
Player side. We're not even going to get to the player because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. You people in the chat. I love y'all. Y'all can try and sell me. Hey, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen, Kevin. It's like that. I don't want to hear it. It is what it is. I'll see it on the pitch. Let's not talk about it anymore. You said 50. You did all this for 50. Dragged it out, did this, woo, for 50. Now you're paying 60. I'm trying to figure this out. You had James Madison go for 40 million. I'm not having conversations with people about who's a better player between the two. I'm really not. And we paid them so they could finish a Caicedo deal. And then, we want to throw out Caicedo was never really an option. Like, I mean, they find new lows. They find new lows on how to operate as a club. It's really a joke, man. I can't put it in. Those are the only words I think that are apt for what's going on right now. It's a joke. And the only saving grace is I hope the announcement is made that we're being sold and everything can go back to, me just being positive. But in this moment right now that I find myself, the incompetence of my club, and I'm going to say it right now, the incompetence of my manager. That's right, people. I said incompetence.
Talk about it, fam. You know what? This is how we get on, because that's been my thought process on it as I'm thinking more so and more so like what I'm gonna say in the show. But carry on.
What are you seeing? What are you actually seeing as a manager that led you to believe on the highest of levels that we're trying to go to Mason Mount was the answer? Mm-hmm. I cannot wrap my head around that at all. And then the other targets we've been linked to, like I said, a couple of can't go back Frenchmen. Now, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm looking at, if in my head's correct, I'm looking at Juan Bissaka and then one of those two on the same side. Please. But I'm going to carry on. We gave them money. We gave them equity to improve their team. Our rivals, and I believe the last decade. You can give it to Arsenal in the 90s, the 2000s.
Yeah, even longer than the last decade. We've contested Premier Leagues and the Champions League final with these, man. It's longer than that.
Yeah, you're right. My apologies.
Yeah. Probably since you could say since Roman got here, we've been contesting. When Roman took over, I should say, which was like 03, 04. So since
right,
then,
no, you're right. Yeah, it's been more than 10 years.
Like, when Mourinho was over here and like him and Fergie was going back and forth, and then obviously it wasn't every season, but one out of at least every 3, there'd be us contesting for something of some sort.
And shout out to my dog Kaneki, who said this brother who just went to Liverpool went for 30 M.
How you say his name? Is it Shabazlai?
I don't know. But the brother played in Germany. That's my only saving grace that what that league's all about. They make a whole bunch of players look good. We can, we got one on the left wing that shall not be named because it's not his turn right now. This is not the stream for that.
Yeah. This is the facts. This is not a stream for that.
But all around, if I had to grade this situation, straight F. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll give it an I, meaning incomplete, meaning it's like you didn't even show up to class. So I can't grade what you did. You didn't even show up. So you just got straight zeros all across the board. The work was so bad, I can't even believe it was you. It's like if you gave your homework, if you're in high school, you gave your homework to to a fifth grader and told him get it done, and you turn that into me. And I'm like, you know what? Because of this foolishness, I'm not even going to give you a grade. I'm just going to say, it's just going to say incomplete. You get the 0. Have a nice day. I don't ever want to see you back in my class again. I'm telling you, I'm that frustrated with these people right now, bro. That's what it is for me, man. And yeah, I'm not going to be too long because I have a lot to get into, but.
No, Fabi, get it off your chest because I know I'm probably going to rant and you're going to have to tell me, whoa, chill.
This is playing people. We're playing in the Champions League.
We played in the Champions League trying to run down Manchester City, family. That's what we're trying to do, you know. We're trying to play in the league and we're trying to run down.
It's like you and I are the only two that know that. That's what it seems like. If I go online, it's like, yeah, thank you, Warrior Gay. Put up Warrior Gay's last comment. Top 5. Top 5.
Top 5. Lewis' stream. Top 5 worst days United fan is bad. Mm-hmm.
It's and then here's the crazy part. Mm-hmm. The teams around us are actually getting better. So it's not like, again, it's because Jez is in the chat, right?
Yeah.
They might be a harder game than they've been for the past 4 to 5 years, other than that 6-1 where they blew us out, because of what they're doing as a collective. The identity they're trying to, you can see with the type of players they're getting, what they're trying to do. And a team against that, where you can't control the ball at all, you're going to make them look like world beaters. We've been saying the same thing since, I don't know when the last time we had a midfield that can actually control a game and give us a fair chance to win.
Probably Scholes and Carrick. Probably Scholes and Carrick.
Like, what do I have? What more do I have to say about this, bro? It's like, it's a decent statement. It's a joke. I don't gotta be long-winded about this because I'm you know what I'm saying? Casemiro. Brother. I pray for you. I pray for you, dear brother. I don't know what's in store, but in the words of Anthony Joshua, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't know what's happening right now, but it's not nice.
It's not nice. It's not nice.
It's not nice.
It's not nice at all, bro. I gotta look at Bruno. He go receive the pass from the goalkeeper, whoever that may be, because even that's a joke in itself. But
we'll get into that. Yeah, Onana thing. Yeah, 100%.
He don't know who's gonna give him the pass. Then he gonna look up and see Mason Mount and Bruno just running around the midfield like kids at recess. Yeah, you see, kids at recess don't have no clue where the hell they run. They just running to run. They just out the classroom. They just running around a whole lot, chase it after each other, chase it after shadows. And you got to figure out how to play a pass to one of them dudes, and then watch them try and receive the ball. Lord have mercy, brother. I mean, I hope he's a praying man. That's it. I hope he's a praying man. You know,
I'm not, but after this, I might be. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, brother.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you lot, now over 60 of people in here. Big up. Please continue to share this across the socials. Let's get the algorithm back up and running. I know I was away for a couple of days, but we back. So let's bump up them likes, people. Vitally important. You do that at 38. Girls to 50 likes. Share this across the socials. Go to @Sarcasm City TV. That's me, Flawless, across all the socials. Retweet and like from Twitter. Share from the Instagram. It all helps. It don't matter how many followers you have. And on top of those things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. We're looking for 4 more subscribers, people. Get us to 7,085. On this Mason Mount deal, there's no positive to this, people. Let's just call a spade a spade. There is no, and this is my opinion on this, there's no positive to this whatsoever. This reminds me of the Cristiano Ronaldo deal when we signed him. And I looked at that deal, I looked at the current team, I looked at the manager and said there's zero positive to us signing this player. Zero positives with Mason Mount. People are saying, oh, does he improve our first team? Does he not? Let's say, for argument's sake, he does improve our first team. Let's say he is better than Eriksen, which I don't think he is, but I'm not even arguing back and forth on that. Because that's a red herring people love to throw up. If he improves us, it's marginal. Why are we spending 60 million on a player to improve us marginally? I want a player that improves us without doubt, in a major way. Like, for instance, if we were to sign Declan Rice, even though I think there's better options than Declan Rice, I'd go, you know what? That's a major upgrade on what we have. He's a vast improvement. I can see him taking us up levels. Would we still need more? Absolutely. That's why I'm against this Mason Mount. And I don't do this whole thing of if the season ended after that FA Cup final and me and Eddie was on this very show that day and the title was Manchester United need to sign Mason Mount, you would have told us all that we were on drugs. And we don't know what we're talking about, and we're talking rubbish and all this type of stuff. So now because Ten Hag has said it, now all of a sudden, it's not that bad of an idea. No, managers get things wrong. Is Ten Hag much more knowledgeable than I am? Absolutely. This is why he's in professional sport. This is why he's had success at Ajax. This is why he's now the Manchester United manager. That's why he's still my guy. Like, don't get it mistaken. I'm still Ten Hag fully in, still back him 110%. But this is terrible. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat this and be like, yeah, did and all this type of stuff. And Montana, you just not even listening to what I'm saying. I didn't sign Declan Rice. Again, pay attention, because people really I never said sign Declan Rice. I legit said if we did, I used him as a hypothetical. I can see where he improves us, is the point I'm making. I don't know why you're on this mounting, but whatever. As I was saying anyway, man just want to be edgy all the time, but we move. But as I was saying anyway, with Mason Mount, it's a horrible idea. Absolute horrible. It doesn't improve us in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't get us any closer to our goals. He excels at nothing on the football. He's not defensively sound. He's not even pace and power. He's just energetic. And he said it, running around. He's a worse version of Bruno, and I don't like Bruno. He's normal form Bruno. Bruno is Super Saiyan Mount. I don't like Super Saiyan Mount. Why do I want the regular one? Why? Why do I just want someone who's energy? If he was just pace and power and strong, I'd be, you know what, cool. Because at least I know he can bully, man. So we're saying from a defensive standpoint, he gives you nothing. Because he has zero like quality defensive attributes. So let's get that out of the way first and foremost. So let's talk about what he gives you going forward. Offensively, he don't give you a lot of goals because his record shows that. He don't give you a lot of assists. He's got 9 open play assists in what's it called? In 4 seasons. So forget goals and assists. So nothing defensively, no goals and assists. Not great on the half turn, progressive passing, eye of the needles. What does he actually give you? What does he do? And again, I'd rather us we went and signed somebody I didn't know, like Liverpool signed Szoboszlai. I have no idea who he is. I only know what he looks like because I had to Google him to do the thumbnail for the Q&A after this show. If we got him, I'd go, you know what, calm. You know why? Because I trust. That's how much I trust Ten Hag. When it's a player I don't know, if he goes, yeah, go and get me them, I'm like, cool, because all of his signings have worked to an extent. All of the signings he's made so far, permanent signings I'm talking about, I like. Anthony gets a lot of criticisms, but I can see why what's it called? Why Anthony was signed. He's done enough in the first season, and he has enough fundamentals where I can see he can improve. Malacia is in the same boat as well. Casemiro speaks for himself. I already knew about him. Eriksen speaks for himself. I already knew about him. Who's the one more? Am I missing a sign? Or is that the 5? They're the 5 signings, right? Eriksen, Casemiro, Malacia. Martinez as well, who was a revelation. I never expected Martinez to have that type of impact. That's a lot of credit in the bank for what he did for the football club. So, Sarcasm, you going strong on Mount. Do you think Ten Hag will improve him? Improve him how? I don't think what Mount has can be improved upon. Not every player can be. You can get the best coach in the world and give me to that best coach. I can get coached by Pep. Guess what? I cannot improve because the fundamentals I have cannot go any further. That's why. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter. Eddie is a good shooter of a basketball. He could get coached by Steph Curry for the next year. He's not gonna go put down 50 in a playoff game, is he? You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing here, some people just can't be coached. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying, giving friggin' Ahmed being coached by Giannis and going, yeah, you gonna dunk like Giannis. It's not gonna happen, is it? Like there's some things that what can be improved upon. That's what it is with Mount. It's not like he's of the age. He's not of the age to be improved upon, and he's not he doesn't have the raw attributes. So this is why I said, say like he was just strong and quick, that can be worked upon. We've seen it with Rashford. Rashford is the prime example because of the attributes he has. Because he's electric and he's direct and he's a willing runner. And he'll play the same whether Manchester United are winning 4-0 or losing 4-0. That can be coached and improved upon. And we've seen that. What attributes does Mount have from a physical, technical, or mental attribute, from a physical aspect, a mental aspect, or a technical aspect where he's good enough? What can be improved upon? He has no attributes. I look, he's a man of many traits and he's a master of nothing. Like I said, he's normal form Mason Mount. We have Super Saiyan Mason Mount, and I don't like that one. Me and Eddie have sat on there and criticized Bruno heavily, and rightfully so. So why are you getting me normal form? Like, I don't get this Mason Mount thing whatsoever. Again, would I like to be wrong? Absolutely, yes. But again, I wanted to be wrong about Cristiano Ronaldo. And look how that worked out. I wanted to be wrong about Oli. Look how that worked out. Some things are just obvious. Because you know what the crazy part is? People try and defend Mount and say, this manager wanted him, this manager wanted him. He's available. United have signed him for 60 million. All other teams in the country around us are signing midfielders. How come none of them went in for him? Liverpool have signed 2 midfield. Well, Szoboszlai is not there, but they've signed McAllister. They're looking at Szoboszlai. So Liverpool 2. City were in for Rice and have signed Kovacic. So that's them in for 2 as well. Arsenal were looking at Caicedo and looking at Rice. That's also 2. Spurs have signed Maddison. Who am I missing? Chelsea are in for Caicedo, also looking at Lavia. So how come if he's that, and they've let him go? He's just not that good, people. That's why I'm not hearing about, trust Ten Hag. No, I don't trust blindly. I don't trust blindly because I got my own 2 eyes and my own brain. And I've watched this guy for often enough to the point where I go, yeah, this guy's not it. Simple as that. And I won't defend this. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll sit here and admit I'm wrong. I hope on everything that he scores the winner at the bridge. I hope so. That's the one goal that will get me off his case. I was very much like that when we signed Michael Owen and I said, score the winner at Anfield. And you know what? I'll leave you alone. I'll leave Mason Mount alone for a good, I don't know, whenever it is we play Spurs, when we play Chelsea at the bridge, but I need you to score the winner in that game. And cup your ears to the hail end. That's what I need you to do. But it's not a good idea. Like, people got to cut the shit and act like this is no, it's not a good idea. The best thing about him is his chant. Let's call a spade a spade. That's the only positive. His chant is fire. That shit is catchy. Other than that, I really don't see it. Let me see what else you are saying. Pengboy to Pengboy Kai says, I think we need to relax on the Mount take for now. Wait and see what the manager is trying to do before we judge, because obviously he isn't aiming to control possession. Here's the thing, the latter part of that, I have no issue with. I have no issue with Manchester United not trying to control possession, because you don't need to control possession to, 1, win football matches, and 2, succeed at the highest level. The problem I have is the level of player. If you're going to go that route, get better than Mason Mount. And the reason why I'm not relaxing with the Mount take, because let's fast forward a week and me and Eddie are doing this show next Friday, and it's announced an hour before the show that we signed Kylian Mbappe. Are we talking about relax on Kylian Mbappe and let's see what he does? Are we absolutely gassed that we signed Kylian Mbappe? If we sign Vinicius Jr., are we not absolutely gassed we signed Vinicius Jr., or is it relaxed? If we sign Chouameni or Camavinga, are we relaxed? Is it relax on Chouameni and Camavinga until we see what we play? Are we jumping for joy because they're 2 quality players? Not to act like we don't judge players beforehand. We all do.
Yeah, you know,
in the league, or whether they're in the league or they're from another league or that we don't know much about them, we judge them to an extent. I've watched Mason Mount for Chelsea for the past 3 years. Bang average at best. I'm sorry. Like, this is just, it's a terrible idea. So no, I'm not relaxing on it. Now, prove me wrong. Now, if he performs, I'll shut up and say, you know what, Ten Hag got this one spot on. I didn't see this. But everything in all my footballing knowledge is telling me this is Cristiano Ronaldo the second time all around, all over again. And look how that turned out. And that's a guy who, quote unquote, succeeded here. 3rd highest scorer in the Premier League. Did not get 18 league goals, 24 goals overall in the season. And we were shocking. Had our worst ever season. Finished, 7th? Minus goal difference. All these things. And then he ended up in Saudi Arabia. And then he left and we got better. But yeah, I'm really not with it.
I'm telling you what,
Sorry, I went off on one. My
No.
headphones.
You don't gotta apologize, El Jefe. You run the thing. You run the thing. You can go off for an hour. I'll just sit here like, yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Not so. I'm here. Shout out to TJ. I want to get the positivity in the way before we get to the realness. TJ Dundada. I see your sarcasm. Paul Tierney. Hey, brother, I can't drop 50. I'm hurting right now after 20. It is what it is. It is what it is. I give everybody else in the chat buckets though. So yeah, that's what that is. I am defeated, LFC, for the double, and I'm glad you're basking in my misery. As long as you leave a like, it's okay with me. Here's the thing, people. I had to put the football aside because I said at the start when I what's understood doesn't need to be explained. We know who he is as a footballer. You don't have to try and paint it any other way. I've seen it. And you want to know why we're so comfortable in our stance on him? We see how his old fans are reacting to him leaving. You will never, ever, ever cheer a good player going away. You think now it's a bit different, of course, but Pogba, you think we were happy a player of that talent decided to leave? That talent, like are you ever happy that you can't get it to work with that type of talent? You're not saying that it's one of those situations. Okay, yeah, he's injured. We're talking, injuries aside, right? Like if he had never been injured, that's why he left. People, it wasn't because of how he played. It was the injuries.
Injuries fucked my nose.
And it was the wages plus the injuries that we're like, the Glazers are like, yeah, we can't afford this. We did not have him in other people's jerseys. We were not selling him to we were not putting him, even when he was here, we weren't doing that. Mm-hmm. Chelsea fans are legit happy. Lewis had a party. He had a party. Ahmed had a stream. And I'm sure Surfer was out there dancing. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, facts. He was out there doing the Carlton dance somewhere. 100%.
I struggle. The only person who's miserable about this, we understand that he has some type of ulterior motive. We won't waste time speaking on that. And in addition to what's going on, I can't forecast what's next. Like, yeah, okay, there's Onana. Cool. That's it? Yeah, there's Holland. Cool. That's it? You think that's enough? And you want to sell. And you want to sell. But you have these players on crazy wages. And you've shown other people that you can be fleeced. Because you paid $60 million for Mount while James Madison went for $40 million. Now, if you want to say United tax, whatever. That as long as it's for me in this moment, Floss, you know what makes me sick?
Cool.
It's the people deciding to cope with this.
People acting like it's okay or it's a good idea.
It's okay. Everything will be okay. It'll be just fine. This is another year setback. It's not fine. It's another year setback. Liverpool, I hate this part. When they got McAllister, celebrations.
Yeah.
When they got this brother, celebrations. We got him, and it's commiserations. Because we can't see what to make of this. And Thomas Bay, you're absolutely right. Like, why didn't we just go for the other Onana?
Yes.
Get them both.
Yes.
That's you know why? Because he fits the profile of the team. Because here's what he can do. He can carry, he can defend. He can play right next to Casemiro. You can sometimes play Eriksen further up. You can play Bruno off the right. That's what I think. That's pretty simple.
Thanks.
Now you have Mason Mount there and let me tell you something. You know what I'm telling myself? I'm telling him that I pray they don't start him. Because the likelihood of me finishing a game with Mason Mount and Bruno in the same midfield isn't high. It isn't high. It's not high.
I hate you, fam. Trust me.
I said it. I said it. I think I'll say it again. This one shocked me, Ten Hag, because you're saying you actually want the player. And yes, he won a Champions League, but let's be real. That Champions League game was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen in my life. If I was any type of player, I'd just be happy with the win. I wouldn't be bragging about my performance in that game. One of the scummiest goals I've seen Kai Havertz ever score.
And just to cut you off as well in regards to it, sorry, Eddie, because I seen someone make the point as well about, he helped them in the Champions League fight. So, why? Do you know how you know he ain't done shit? When was that Champions League final? 2021, right?
Yeah, so maybe before, I think. Might be 2020.
Hey, let us know. When did Chelsea win the Champions League, people? Was it 2020 or 2021? Please, before I just make this point. Somebody in the chat, let me know. Someone will know quick. Like someone. 20. Okay, so you know how you know he ain't done shit, bro. You know how you know he ain't done shit? Because we're in 2023 and no one's talking in that 2-year period what he's done since then. But had he done something since then, and that tells you need to know. That's like you telling me about someone mentioning an artist and saying, this artist, this freestyles in 2021. Why are we talking about his freestyles in 2021 or a battle rapper and people are talking about?
Yeah, he all perked out now. He all perked out now.
What he did in 2021. Yo, what did he do in 2023, 2022? That's why I don't give me no Champions League. He man's not a good player. Like, let's cut the shit.
Jet Black. If it did, my fault. Go ahead and hit the super chat. I'll get out.
Yeah. Big up to Niak, who says, big up Flawless. Thank you for your purchase of Manchester Minerals Mount. If it makes you feel better, you contributed to the end of terrorism. No, it doesn't make me feel better. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But the rest of this is just not it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make me feel
shout out to you in the Lakers joint, because we just got Torian Prince. That's a good pickup for us. I'm excited about that. But other than that, hey brother, if I could refund you, I would. I don't need to have that 4 M's all in unison. I don't need that in my life right now. I am this club, bro. You know what? Let's just continue. Let's continue.
Just to clarify to Montana, we said it's one season. If you won it in 2021, that means you had the 2021 to 22 season, and then you had 2022 to 23. I'm not.
Highlight Cam's chat, please.
That's 2.
Highlight Cam's chat, please.
That's 2. But again, like I say, Montana, you can get behind this and back this. I'm not. If you rate Mount, that's on you, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm not with this.
LMA, why don't United go sign Origi if that's the case? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's get him. Let's get the band back together. Look, what is wrong with you people sometimes? And I love y'all in the chat. I do, but y'all be saying some things, and I just got to sit here and think to myself, like, they wilding right now. Go away.
I just want to be here to disagree. Go away, man.
I think so, because you, again,
just saying shit in it. So bye.
The facts are on my side. He's playing at Chelsea. Chelsea is aiming for the same thing we're aiming for. Mm-hmm. Trophies and big ones. Why would they give him up if he's such an asset to winning football?
Facts.
That's a fact. That's a question, but the question is rooted in facts.
Facts.
Ask yourself. I'm looking at it, and again, you know what? You win. That's all I can say to King Louis. It's King Louis in these streets right now. Because again, at least my dog is winning out here.
Facts.
Y'all gave him hell, and now he's sitting at the throne like he should be in that profile picture with the belt, laughing. He's the head of the table. He's the head of the table. You thought it was somebody else, Chelsea. Now King Louis, the head of the table. That's who win out here in these streets. Shout out to Louis, bro. He tried to tell y'all. Now look at what y'all doing. He said, get rid of this dude, see what we can do. Caicedo next to Enzo. Are you kidding me?
Facts.
Man, this is what I'm saying. Bruh, yeah, man. You might as well go on to the goalkeeper, something else, dog.
Well, yeah, I know some people. Is there anything else? Just in case before we move on to the goalkeeper and that, if we missed anything, in regards to it. And the thing is, Harrison, I do disagree with this though, because he says Ten Hag getting rid of the technical ballers for runners and passion might as well have kept Oli. Here the thing is, I have no issue, like I keep stating. My biggest problem with the Mount thing is it wasn't a pick of a profile. It seemed it was Mason Mount or nobody else. That's my biggest issue with this. Like we couldn't go and locate and find somebody else to do what Mount can do. Bear in mind, we live in a system era, which I've spoken on in depth many times. So you can go and get players who can do what he can do. Why is it solely on Mason Mount? Why do we bend to the will of Chelsea? But they had to sell him or lose him for free. Why is he so acting like he was a difference maker between us having a successful or unsuccessful season this coming season? That's what it seemed like, and it's like that's not the case. We acting like it was Van Persie. That's like, oh, I must get him for us to be successful.
What are we doing? Yeah, what are we doing? Yeah. People, again, we're united in name only, and I think you said this on a couple occasions. We're a cup team.
Oh yeah, we're a cup team, 100%.
But somebody has to uphold the standards that we've set before all these shenanigans took place. I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at these players that Ten Hag is being linked with, and I don't like it because they represent a certain type of talent, right? This easily manageable, looking for an opportunity, will run their head through the wall types of players. It's supposed to be best in class. And if it's not best in class, it has to be a player where you can see the talent ahead. You can see what he can become. Because you're a coach. So it's on you to also develop and maintain. So what do? You get young talent and you pair it with world-class talent. You don't get middle-of-the-road players to fill out your roster. That's not what the great teams do. City has the Fodens, the Haalands. That's their young talent. That's where they can see ahead, and they can already look right now and see, hey, man, y'all ain't fucking with us. But then you got your elder statesmen who make the difference, who just come in and do a job. Your Walkers, Bernardo Silva's a bit younger, but you get my drift. Like he has skin in the game. He's been in there for a while. The best thing we did was pair Casemiro with Martinez and also Varane with Martinez. Because those are two world-class talents who've been there, done that, and Martinez is a player where you can see it.
Facts.
You look at our team. You also have Rashford, right? Now, I don't know how much of a difference it made him seeing Ronaldo train every day, but I feel like because he has that level of respect for him, it did something for him, right? Mind you, what we think of his actions, right? It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he's a staple in the game. He's literally what a bunch of these guys have been looking up to since they was kids playing in 5U type shit.
Facts.
So that helps cultivate the player. That helps see him what success can be if you actually work hard at it, right? Now they might have got they might have gotten at odds towards the end, but I didn't see any of that, right? Yeah, it's just we are not constructed for us to do anything great next season.
Oh yeah, facts. And that's the biggest part. That's the biggest problem is we're not even trying to set up to win. Even if we probably fall short because City are just better, cool. But at least give it to the point where if City have an off season and are not at it for whatever reason, may that be new signings, players leaving, injuries, whatever.
Let's tell the truth, though. Let's tell the truth.
Go on.
This was their off season. City, because again, sorry, Arsenal, you blew it.
Yeah, Arsenal blew it. It was yeah. For as good as Arsenal were good, which they were, I give Arsenal full credit, in particular the first 2/3.
Full credit.
City were not. You're right.
You had 3 games that lost you the title that you had no business losing. Anfield, Southampton, and I think it was West Ham. That's where you lost it. Off that, oh, we only need to play one game a week, really focus in type of nonsense. We got to be honest with ourselves when it comes to our clubs. And I understand people have alternative modes. When you come to Sarcasm City, we not playing. We support. You see that badge up top? That's who we support more than anything. Anything associated with Manchester United. I will never. Ten Hag, you keep screwing up, you're gone. These players, we did the player ratings. All of them should really not be here, other than 3.
Make sure you check out the player ratings we did, people. Last week and the week before, we did the player ratings.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they should not be here. They should not be here. These players. No, Gavin. I don't. Gavin, I'm not saying that he's the reason Rashford did his thing, but I'm just saying again, brother, just think about it, right? If you had the opportunity to train with Cristiano Ronaldo for months, would that not make would you not pick up something from him? I understand you might not like how he left, but again, I'm not the biggest fan, but that interview, I'm just saying, that interview, I don't hate him as much as I used to, because the interview sparked a lot of good stuff off. I.e., I think the interview was a big one. Okay, but we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna leave that alone. I will never get behind agendas before that badge, simply put, and he does not fit what we're trying to do. Imagine we got to end off on this. We got 3rd place in the trophy. You don't go back down from that. You don't go back to battling for 4th, 5th, 6th. Getting smoked in the FA Cup 8th round, getting smoked in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup because you didn't have a team that can compete.
I hear you, fam. Hey, big up to the young G Nero Noseball, who became a member of the channel. He's now a Sarcasm citizen. Big up to Nero Noseball. Make sure you check out his channel as well. So yeah, appreciate it. If you want to join the membership, people, link is in the pinned comment. I dropped it in the chat. Don't forget, we ain't just a YouTube show. We're also available on, we're actual podcast people. We are available on all audio platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. All the shows you hear on YouTube, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms. Links for everything is underneath in the description, people, as well. Let me just get to a few comments before we do indeed move.
Let me just give one shout out. Shout out to my dog Alam. Yes, Torian Prince knows the mechanics of rebounding, and I'm very happy.
Big up Alam every single time as well. To Haldane, who says, if it ain't what we want, fam, if Ten Hag got all the players the fans want and he fails, Ten Hag loses regardless of what directions he takes. This is a red herring, because this don't apply to me or Eddie, because this ain't a question of him getting players we want. When I've said verbatim, and Haldane, I think you're new here, so that's cool. So I understand. I've said I will back Ten Hag on players I do not know. So if he signs players from outside of the Premier League that I do not know, I go, you know what? Cool. This is why Anthony, Malacia, Martinez, I was like, cool. Casemiro I knew about, quality signing. Ericsson, I was over the moon about, also cool. But the other 3 that we signed, who I did not know about, I said, cool. Same way if we were to go and sign somebody else from the Dutch league, someone else from Serie A, Eredivisie, Dutch league, same thing, Serie A, La Liga, or even if it was not even a European league, it was somewhere in South America, or it was Asia, or it was Africa, or it was the Caribbean. Cool. I fully back Ten Hag. But on this, I'm not backing him, because this is a player I've watched that I don't rate. And Ten Hag rating him and signing him is not going to change that, in my opinion. But I always back the manager. And still do. I just don't back him blind. As much love as I have for the manager, Eddie said it there, man. I love the club, first and foremost. That's it. Oh, yeah, comes. Onana centre mid would have been a nice shrewd signing for United. I wanted Onana. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Easy signing. And does everything Mount does plus more in terms of all that off the ball stuff. Plus, he'd be cheaper and at an age where he could improve. like, and wouldn't have to necessarily play first team football. And just to this, it says we are in June. What if we get Mbappe or Frankie by the end of this window? All of this worries for nothing, man. No, this is extremely short-sighted as well, because then it's what could have been. Let's say this happens. Let's say we sign Mbappe, for example. Then I'd be like, right, imagine we sign Mbappe and a top quality midfielder, where we could have been. Or if we sign Frankie de Jong and a top quality midfielder, where we could have been. This Mount deal, if something's only good in the events of something else great happening, that doesn't mean this thing's good. That makes no sense. It's like something being only good and something only being of benefit in an emergency. That's not good. Oh yeah, this is great in an emergency, but in normal life now, it's not. Who was it? Andy Parsons had a joke about that, and it was saying like it was crowded trains, and it was saying the reason why crowded trains is good because in the event of an emergency. That's where I've got that thought process for. You know what I'm saying? And then he made the whole joke of, all right, so say the carriage is empty, and where you have to stand really close to someone to say, yeah, just in case we have a crash, you're my airbag. Like, it's not a good thing. Mount is not a good thing whatsoever. It's not a good signing. Even with 4 other world-class signings, because I think, all right, 4 world-class signings, Mount could have been the 5th. He could be the difference in us winning or not winning. The margins at the top level are very, 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 very small. That Mount deal could be the reason why we don't win something. Because guess what? If we sign quality players and miss out on the league title by a point, 2 points, 3 points, for example, you know what I'm looking at? That Mount deal. That's Liverpool fans who lost out on 2 league titles by a point. If they don't look at their recruitment and go, if we recruited just a little bit better, we'd have 2 more league titles. Ask him. Please. Camps is the Liverpool fan. Ask him. Bet you he wishes they invested better in those 2 seasons. Just a player of more quality is probably worth 2 points. And then we're not talking about 1 league title for them in the past 4 years. You're talking 3 in the past 4 years. Back to back. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
so Azpilicueta too?
Azpilicueta, yeah, they sold him. He's gone.
This is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, they didn't need help selling players. Yeah,
nah, they didn't. We fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And that.
The worst part is legit that the manager wanted this dude. People, I don't care what you say. Everybody in the chat about backing the manager. No, I'm cool. I'm good. Well, prove me wrong, and I stand on it. And I have no issue saying that. Again, prove me wrong.
And to Gavin, who says we just have to have faith and see how he utilizes his mouth. You can have faith. I have no faith.
Yeah, you can have faith. You can have faith all you want.
I'm not a believer like that. I like to deal with concrete evidence, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I like to deal with concrete evidence. That's what it is. And my own thoughts and own opinions. And if I get it wrong, cool. I'll be over the moon if we get it wrong. Because then guess what? We have a world-class player. All happy days. And if we win a trophy with him, you think I'm going to be like, oh, you called? Yeah, I'm happy I called it.
Okay, Ashby went on the free. Went on the free.
Go on, fam.
They said Jess says Ash out.
Free. Yeah, his contract was up.
Ashby went on the free. Okay, cool. Jet Black, I know you tripping. I know you doing this on purpose. So I'm gonna let you chill because I think you're just being funny. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not even gonna say it because I know you being funny. I really hope you being funny. No, again, but to Gavin's point, listen, brother, you can be confident. Allow me to be skeptical. That's all I ask. I won't ask nothing more of you. I won't challenge. You can do what you want to do. Allow us to do what we want to do.
Yeah, facts. I ain't saying people need to think like me. I'm just saying I think it's a horrible idea.
That's it.
It's a horrible idea. It's a terrible signing because if I came with this idea, nobody in the chat would be trying to hear it. Nobody. So because Ten Hag says it, all of a sudden, yeah, it's a great idea. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Not with it whatsoever. Nope. If I did a ManDem United the day after that FA Cup final and said, Manchester United need to sign Mason Mount, you know, would have crucified me. Crucified. Well, maybe Ten Hag got some idea. No, maybe he's just getting it wrong. Like many managers before have got it wrong. Like better managers than him haven't got players wrong. I say it all the time, whoever your GOAT manager is, whether he's still active now or whether he's retired, has got it wrong on multiple occasions. Whoever that is. Got it clearly wrong. So that's what I think this is. And to Chad, who says, Chad says, football fans are clueless. Why would a big club sign players based off what the fan base wants? The same guys who are doing crazy propaganda for Sancho signing are slandering him now. This is correct in terms of, yeah, I say all the time, fuck the fans. I say all the time.
Who's out here? Who's out here?
I say all the time.
Who's out here? The same guys who were doing crazy propaganda for Sancho. I know you're not talking about us.
Nah, here's the thing is though. Yeah, I wasn't doing crazy propaganda. Was I gassed we got Sancho? Yes, because we signed a quality player in my eyes that hasn't worked out.
I know, no, don't do that. I don't. You like in the words of Mace. I don't even like you talking like that. Who's out here putting a prop for Sancho?
I know. I think he's talking about initially when he got signed. He's saying initially when Sancho got signed 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I'm moving on.
The point I was going to make was, and Teddy's hilarious. Like, don't even do that. The point I was going to make is, we sign a player, you're either happy about it, you may be in the middle of the road, you may be critical of it. Then the player plays, and then you then reassess him. If a player's been at your club 2 seasons, of course you're going to reassess him. So, of course, we are. Man was happy. I'll say this. Yes, I was happy we signed Sancho. Now I'm criticizing Sancho because Sancho hasn't performed at Manchester United Football Club. Should I not? So I should just stick, because I praised Sancho and was happy about it. I should just stick with that. No. I'm saying your opinion should change based on new evidence.
You know what's crazy?
Well,
we were happy about Sancho being here in 2021 when he came?
Yeah, I think it was 2021. I think so.
These brothers out here talking about Mount and Vitesse. So they didn't go way back. Hey, you know what? We not. Hey, who cares about 2023?
No, again, 2-2 Chad. You can let Ten Hag land. Cool. I'm saying I'm not. No, because I think it's a terrible idea. I'm supposed to lie to you lot and be like, yeah, it's a no. I think it's a terrible idea. I think he's a bang average footballer. I don't understand the deal.
Let's do it. You know what? Let's just do the projected 11. Let's do the projected 11.
Well, it's gonna be him instead of Eriksen, because he ain't gonna drop Cass and he ain't gonna drop Bruno. So it's gonna be, so it's gonna be Bruno, Cass, Mount. Yeah. And then the same people will be here like, yo, why are we not winning? I gotta say, people, our bar next season is what happened this season. That's as good as it gets. Bear in mind, there's no Europa League. So FA Cup and Carabao Cup are now the only 2 trophies we can win anyway. Forget any title charge. Forget any title race. Forget second place. The highest we can finish is third. The highest we can finish is third.
You think so?
The cups. Yeah, we ain't finishing no higher than third. I'm not saying we will.
I wouldn't say we're not finishing no higher than fourth.
You know what? It's dependent on, though, Eddie. What we are forgetting, and what some people forget at times, is it is very dependent on other teams as well, in terms of what seasons they have and what they do in the window. Because Arsenal, they're in a bad state. There's still no Rice, and they signed Kai Havertz. Xhaka Party leave and they don't sign Rice. Who's in their midfield? You know what I'm saying? So, it's dependent. Obviously, City is City. We don't know how Chelsea are going to look. We don't know how Arsenal are going to look. We don't know how Liverpool are going to look. We don't know how Spurs. So, there's a lot of variables. So, the reason why I say third is because we still do have everybody who finished third last season. Everybody's still there. We haven't got rid of anyone. Potentially a new goalkeeper, which could add. Potentially a new striker as well. But I'm just saying this Mount thing is a step backwards. That's what it is. It's a step backwards.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know why people are talking about, like I say, with the whole Sancho thing. Yeah, we addressed Sancho in 2021 when we signed him. We're now addressing.
Y'all can have doubts about Sancho, but we can't have doubts about Mount. And we've seen Sancho in another league actually do something repeatedly. We've seen Mount do something great one time. Just one time. He had one good season. Again, if you want to back him, back him. But please do not critique us for holding a certain type of standard for the types of players that we want to see come into Manchester United. And whether you want to admit it or not, the business was terrible.
Oh, yeah, 60 M's for a player on the last year of his deal.
Last year of his deal.
That's awful.
You can't defend that. Yeah. The same people defending this deal were mad about the Zidane Iqbal deal. How does that make sense? It's the same people doing the same nonsense.
This is something to be outraged about. Like, I understand, like, Zidane Iqbal, I pushed back because I was like, he's 20 years old, hadn't played senior football. You're not going to get big money for him. Should we have sent him out on loan to potentially raise his value? Yes. But this Mason Mount thing is not the way forward. Like I said, year left on his deal. They wanted to let him go. He was not going to sign a new deal. The player wanted to come to us, and we paid 60 M's for him rather than just wait. We should have just put 30 down and said, you know what? Take it all. We'll just talk to him in 6 months.
That's
but we wanted him that bad. We pushed the envelope for Mason. We ran down Mason Mount. Ran him down. It's like I always use the gal analogies, and that's like running down a gal who's a 6 out of 10. Don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it might be 2 a.m. at night when we talking about a 6.
But yeah, but you see what? But that's in one instance when I'm saying running it down. So you're liking all the pictures on the gram, commenting on the pictures on the gram. You know what I'm saying? DMing her on Instagram, replying to her on Twitter, retweeting her on Twitter, quote tweeting her on Twitter, liking all her pictures on Twitter, DMing her, just constant on Facebook, all over her shit, all on her TikTok. You know what I'm saying? All in her WhatsApp, all day long. And it's like, she's a 6 out of 10. What are you doing? Now she was a 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10. I'd understand it. But we did all this for Mason Mount. He's not a needle mover. And we should have negotiated from a position of power. Is wild.
Rob, you had a control for that, bro.
Wild. Fucking wild.
Rob just want to put in the chat, cheer up, Eddie. Like, come on, bro. Come on, don't do that.
Yeah, look at this.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You cold as hell. You cold as hell, boy.
We rums every single time, man. This is how fucking rageous, man. Let me get to this from Joseph, who says, I'm so jealous of that Liverpool Shabazz deal. He's literally the Beckham region. A central midfield version of Beckham. He's way better than Mount. Big up for the super chat, Joseph. I don't know about Shabazz, so I can't even debate. Yeah. But guess what? If Ten Hag would have said, let me go get you, I would have said, I don't know nothing about him. Cool. I back the manager because I like his signings and that. This, I'm sorry, I'm not getting with. I'm sorry. It's a terrible idea, man. It's a terrible idea.
Raw was moving like Rico and paid him for. You tough, right? You'll be all right.
Yeah. Sure, innit? See, look, we got friggin' just Liverpool. We got non-Chelsea fans mocking us for this. This is how bad a deal this is. Because I was mocking them when he was linked to them. Because we know how bad a deal it is.
We know how bad it is.
You know how bad a deal it is, people. Like, what are we talking about here? Before we continue to bump up the likes. We're at 66 likes, people. Get us up to 80 likes. Share this across the socials. Let's go over 100 in here. We're at 94. So we want over 100 people in here. So share it across the socials. Open up some new tabs, please, people. Hit the subscribe button. We're at 7,086. We want 4 more. There's over 95 of you lot in here right now. Get us to 7,090. Get us up to 7,090 people. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, and when you enter the city, pay the tax, man. Pay the tax. It's tax-free. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell as well. Joseph, again, big up for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Shout out to Joseph.
Appreciate it. Let's see. But yes, anyone saying, why you lot we ain't even complaining or moaning about it. We're just giving our Kaneki. I'm gonna try and do a fan calling show tomorrow. I'll do my best. I'll try. We're just giving our opinion on it. People just don't like it. People just don't like it because it's deemed negative. Because like I said, let's say hypothetically, next week we are linked and we're going to sign Kylian Mbappe. What are me and Eddie going to be saying on here? How gassed we are about the thought process of getting a Kylian Mbappe. There won't be we got to wait and see what he does. Maybe Ten Hag's cooking. No, because we've watched this player for a number of years now and we've assessed his ability and gone, that would work at our club. Now Kylian Mbappe could come here and flop. And in 2026, we could be having a different conversation because he's been here 3 years and has done nothing of note. Same way Sancho's done nothing of note, but that's how football is. People act like you can't change your opinion based on new information. We all get things wrong, myself included. But this Mount thing, I'm not with.
I'm not even the slightest unconfident that we're gonna get this right. I'm pretty confident we got it right. And again, here's how it's gonna go down, people. We gonna critique, y'all gonna support. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's where I'm at with it. Ain't nobody's moving me off this square, people. Y'all can tell me support this, support that. It ain't gonna happen. I'm not here for that. I don't need to support him. He getting paid. He'll be all right. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, right? They get signed every day, B. They get signed every day, B. I'm just giving my opinion. If this works for Ten Hag, we'll see. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be watching.
We will see. And just to big up to Rums as well, he says smash the likes people, 2 goats. Love Rums every single time. And to L1 who says Mbappe will never flop. I don't think he will again. That's why I said hypothetically speaking, let's say he did. Hypothetically. It's like, I wouldn't change my opinion. I mean, I would change my opinion because I'd be like, yeah, he flopped it. It didn't work out. And then we move on to the next one. That's how football works. You sign players. You sign a player. If it works out, cool. If it don't, you then move him on or get a replacement. This is how football has always worked at every level. Not just Manchester United in the Premier League, there's championship sides, League One, League Two. If a League Two team, if Bristol Rovers, shout out to Charlie, I wish he was in the track, who are in League One, sign a player this summer and it doesn't work out over the next 2 years, guess what they'll do? Move him on. Because their aim is to get up to the championship. That's their aim.
Just
all
like
teams do it across. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's rarely enough. And just to this to Harrison as well, who says, how does the manager throw his philosophy after 2 games to this now pace and power and passion shit? Pep and Klopp kept their philosophy when they were losing. Look at Brighton and De Zerbi. I disagree with this because when I've spoken to other people, Tox mentioned this, and we're talking about like Ten Hag's system at Ajax, and it was 2 different ones. Go look at the players. Like, people say, oh, it was all like, it was technical ballers and rah. After they sold De Jong, they didn't sign another De Jong. From when De Jong left, he didn't go and get another De Jong-like type. So it seems he has 2 different ways. Again, I didn't watch in full, so I can't even lie and be like, yeah, but it seems, and Jez has spoken on it as well, that his football wasn't as technical as people thought. Like, he had different ways. And I have no issue with, like I said, the power and passion shit. I have no issue with that. Just go get the best in class, as Eddie calls them. They can't go backs. That's the same thing. Power, passion.
Caicedo.
It's the same thing.
Caicedo can't go back, man. Caicedo can't go back, man.
Same thing. So it's like, I'm just not with this. I think it's an awful deal. It's a terrible deal. It really, really is. But let's see where else we going into. Let's see. Yeah, Ed said it here before Ten Hag's 3rd season and 2nd season onwards. He played 2 different ways, especially in midfield. That's what I'm saying. And Joseph, this is over the top as well. He's saying if we get Qatar, Ten Hag's job ain't safe, and I like that because man is moving like he can't be sacked. Mountain really. No, I don't think he's moving like he can't be sacked. I just don't think. I just think he rates him, which I don't. So we're gonna find out. I don't think it's that.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing I love about this new ownership coming in whenever it does. He's a fan. He's generally a fan because he remembers what we once were.
Facts. He's
not going to deal with this losing aspect and players not showing up. And now that I think about it, I got to think because Dade and I had a conversation a while ago where he brought up the fact that he had Edwin van der Sar when he was at Ajax.
Oh, was Van der Sar working as what? A CEO?
I think so, or he had some kind of top flight guy acting as his DOF.
Yeah.
And you know what? He also said he needs a structure around him.
That's true. I agree with
that. And I feel like this is one of those situations where somebody should have been there to save him from himself.
Yes.
He should have somebody he can go to like, nah, we're not doing that, Playboy. I'm looking at it now. So yeah, shout out to Jack. He had Van der Sar and yeah, Overmars. Okay. So he had people. He had people who we had to collaborate with that were actually pretty good.
Huh?
And now he's talking to John Murtaugh and Richard Arnold. And I seen pictures of them 2 together like they actually doing something. What are y'all doing, man? The business. I'm just going to stick to the business of the deal because if you're smart, and he wants to come to the club. That's what I was thinking. I think he generally wanted to go to Manchester United because he has friends up here.
Yeah, because we agreed personal terms with him a long time ago.
Huh?
I said Mason Mount. Nah, it's cool. Can you hear me?
Let me go ahead and trip. So I got you.
It's all good, fam. It's all good.
Yeah, what'd you say? I missed that
I said, yeah, because Mason, I think you mentioned there about Mason Mount wanting to be at Manchester United. And I was just saying, yeah, we agreed personal terms with him a long time ago.
Right. So you can't allow this dude, in my opinion, to start picking players. That's what it's coming down to for me. Then you gave him $250K for what? 5 years for what? What has he proven you that he deserves that? Oh, because the manager likes the player. Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy? That those add-ons are predicated on us winning something.
Yeah, just said it there. He's on $250K a week, going up to $300 if he hits his targets in the contract. So yeah, it's on that too. Yeah.
And I think the extra $500K is from silverware. Like if they win,
that's where the extra $50K from.
I think the $5 million extra is dependent on us winning trophies. So think about that for a second.
Yeah, we ain't winning actually.
But you put that in the contract, like you really put that in the contract that a portion of this will give you more if we win trophies. But it just stinks to high heaven, man.
That's it. It stinks. I just everyone in the chat, man. It is, man. It does. It's a bad side. I'm not like I said, people. I hope to be proven wrong when we doing the what's it called? When we're doing the watch-alongs and we're doing recaps of games, hopefully, man, Mount balls out. But I don't see it. And big up to James who says, nah, Flawless must be Jamaican. I know you're talking about the gal analogy I used. Yes, I am slightly, but that's just the best way to just break it down. Especially when I'm
best way to drive the point home.
But I'm not when I know I'm talking to like 95% males. Anyway, shout out to the females who are watching. Any females in the chat as well. We do have a couple regular female watchers, so they know it's no disrespect to them, but I'm just breaking it down for people clearly to understand. Big up to Shikari, says 2 days without Sarcasm City was tough, not gonna lie, Flawless. Glad you're back. Haha. Big up, man. Much appreciated, man. It's good to be back. You know what I'm saying? And that. Big up Theo as well, who says, yo, Flawless, big up your damn self. Yeah, man. Big up. You already know. Flawless, are we taking the season seriously now that we signed Mount? To me, no. It's not a step in the right direction. It's not a right.
I take it serious when ownership changes. That's my thing.
Yeah, we still need new owners.
I take it serious.
Just do
right now, still same old joke. Still the same old joke.
Facts.
I sincerely struggle to believe if Sheikh Yazim was in, we do something like this.
I'd hope not. I'd hope not.
I can't see it, bro, because I'm looking at who this is. You know why?
Go on.
Because Mount fits the type of player that we've been signing for how many years now? Type of midfield we were signing for how long? How many, to the brother's point, was talking about technical at a technical level. How many technically exceptional players have we signed in midfield other than Pogba who can contribute in a meaningful fashion right now? Everybody that we've got.
Yeah, it's just out of everyone we signed, it's Pogba and Eriksen. They're the only two. They're the only two technical ballers that I can think of. Yeah. Because Matic was a bit different. Matic was kind
Matic didn't have the legs. I think Matic and Eriksen are in the same bag.
Yeah, but he's defensive. But yeah, I get you for one point.
Yeah, they're past what they used to show.
Yeah, our lack of quality investment in that area. It really is. It's bad.
Hey, I think it's just their talent profile. Honestly, I think they just see, they think United is all about just playing hard, right? Mata and Eriksen, yeah. But again, I'm talking about like in their prime, their technical level is like up here.
Yeah.
We get them in their prime, not what we've seen them do.
Yeah, we wasted what's it called?
We wasted Mata too. Yeah, I can't even
complain about wide and all this nonsense.
We played. That's where we played it. Ollie played him at striker one game. Like
playing in wide right and all this type of nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Debo.
Yeah, let me get to this. Warrior J, I'll get back to this because we will go on to the goalkeeper situation because Jens has made it clear and like in less than 10 minutes, the hair is out of contract at Manchester United. So we'll get to that because that seems like a crazy thing.
Yeah.
I was saying. All the way from Virginia, USA, as always, flawless delivers. I think Onana when a striker comes in at best if Sheikh doesn't take the reins. Ten Hag's talent ID needs to be monitored. Big up to you, Debo. Man said from Virginia.
Two up, two down, VA. Two up, two down, VA. Shout out. I used to live out in Virginia too. That's dope.
See, man said Virginia.
Worldwide, flawless. You worldwide, my boy.
Yeah, man. We not me. We worldwide because you hear, man. You know what I'm saying? And now we worldwide, fam. You already know. And yeah, Debo, I do agree with this. I think every manager's talent ID needs to be monitored. There should be a team. It should be a collaborative effort. It should be Ten Hag. It should be a DOF. It should be your head scout. It should be the head of your recruitment. This should be 5-6 people. And it's like, all right, forget names. This is not what it should be. It should be, okay, this is the profile we are looking for in an 8. Every midfield 8 we are signing needs to be good at this, and this, and this. And then you bring me a list of players with that. Same way for a DM, same way for your center back, same way for your fullback, a winger, both right and left, the striker. All right, my right winger needs to be able to do this, and this, and he's in this age bracket. Bring me a list of names. It shouldn't be go get me Mount or nobody else. That's not the way forward. It shouldn't be go get me Kane, for example, not saying we sign Kane, or go get me Hoyland or Osherman. Why is it names? Caicedo, Lavia. Why is it names? That's my biggest issue. No one else don't do this name thing but us. Like, we'll talk about it as fans because guess what? We don't have the knowledge and the resources recruitment teams have. Say it all the time. Manchester United's recruitment team can recruit anywhere on the globe. Any country in any league. Any continent. Them man wanted to go Asia tomorrow to watch a league they could. Them man could go Singapore. Just put a random country if they really wanted to. That's what it should be. So I do agree with you. Yes, it shouldn't be solely the manager. It needs to be everybody. Everybody pick, right, this is what we're looking for to do. Our goalkeepers needs to be good at this, and this. And it should be that all the way down. Like when I say all the way down in terms of the whole youth team. Like one thing about City, their youth teams play the same as the seniors. So then when the players step up, it's the same shit. It's just at a higher level. Rico Lewis, for example, when he's playing right back, is doing the same things as he was doing in the youth team. Because it's the same profile, it's the same setup. That's what you need to look for. I can do this shit on Football Manager, so they should be able to do this in real life.
Is that easy, man?
Is that easy? And Kai Fleming says, I agree, but in South America, we can't compete with Real or Barcelona, otherwise no excuses. No, we can. Where did Brighton sign Caicedo from? South America. So you can go and get him. And not necessarily, it don't have to be Brazil or Argentina. Go Ecuador. Go Peru. Go Bolivia. Go Paraguay. There's ballers out there.
Do you see who our backup left winger is? Have you seen who our best midfielder is? Have you seen who our best center back is? Going to South America or having South American players come to United is not a problem. It's really not. The problem is the selection of the players that we decide to take our time on. Yeah. This is my problem. It was a concentrated effort to get Mount here now. When if you're United, let him show you something. Yeah. He's literally shown you nothing last season that would make you think he's worth $60 million. Pounds, excuse me, or whatever it is, euros, pounds. I went to school for politics. So too much. There you go.
Too much. That's how it was.
That's where we're struggling, people. Like again, the player is one thing. The business is a totally another thing. That's the shocking part. And let me tell you this right now. If Chelsea finish ahead of us in the table next season, y'all won't like me. I have no patience for Chelsea. The homie support, it is what it is. I stop at that though. I have absolutely no patience for Chelsea because what I understand is this. And Cams, you're foolish for that shout out. I'm not going to repeat that name.
Big up Cams, but yeah, it's gotta be an asshole per usual.
Yeah, for per usual.
Yeah, typical Cams, isn't it?
I'm not here for any. I'm not here for this type of yo-yoing up and down. One season we compete, the next season we drop back. Compete, drop back. Compete, drop back. Losing spots out to the likes of a Newcastle, Aston Villa. Competing with them now? Y'all play too much, huh? Y'all play.
And somebody said as well, we can't just erase Mount's achievements. No one's erased Mount's achievements. No one said he didn't play his part when Chelsea played well. Nobody said that. People gotta stop. I can't say putting words in our mouth because they haven't asked. People gotta start asking questions and not presuming stuff. Nobody.
We're here to tell you right now. We're here to tell you right now. We don't care. We don't.
Cut this out as well in regards to this comrades, or he's a young player who can be molded. He's not a young player no more. 24 is not young. 24 is not a young footballer. Let's cut this out. You're not a kid forever. If he was 21, 22, cool. He's 24 years old.
It's history.
He's probably going 25. He's not young no more. So this whole molded easily in what sense? No, like let's not do this.
So do you people in the chat operate today off of what you did yesterday? Is that how y'all operate, or do you work on today? Are you working on yesterday today? Does that make sense? Like, no, you're not. You're working on what you have to deal with today.
Thanks.
What I have to deal with today is a player who could not hold down a position in the midfield on a team that was 12th place in the Premiership. That's all I have to operate on today. I don't have to go back to yesterday. That's all we're saying.
That's it.
You can project. You can project. That's fine. You can project. That's okay. We're dealing with what we have seen today. That's the difference. And I don't think there should be some kind of hang up. If you want to project, that's fine. Just don't go looking in the past. Please don't, because we don't care.
Yeah, because like I said, I watched that run and he played well and he played his part in that run, in that Champions League run. But let's cut the shit. Chelsea's Champions League run, that winning run was built off their defense. Their team conceded 2 goals in the knockout stages of the competition. 2 goals. It was off their defense. Their better players were Mendy and Thiago Silva and Christensen and Rudiger and Reece James and Kante and Jorginho. They were the players. They were the standout players in that run. That's why they were the players picking up the man in the matches and getting applauded. It's not Mount, Havertz, and Werner. They played their part, yes, in terms of an attacking sense, but we know what the strong part of that team was. Like Manchester United this season, take out Rashford. All our better players were defensive. Our success this season was built off our defense. Varane, Martinez, Casemiro, obviously them being the main free. Throw Eriksen in the mix because he played in a deeper position. Wan-Bissaka did his thing. Dalot and Malacia at different parts did their things. Look at when me and Eddie did the player ratings. Look at the difference in part 1 and part 2. Look how high part 1 was when we was doing the defensive players, and then look how low it was in the part 2. In terms of what it is, take out Rashford aside. And I think Garnacho got a decent mark.
He's officially a free agent.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. That's beautiful settings. And big up to Lucas Costa, who says we conceded 2 goals in the entire competition. Havertz and Mounts were not responsible for that Champions League win. Yeah, people act like they were. Not saying they didn't play their part. Mount played his part. He played a role. But let's not act like he played the most important role. Or act like he was number 2 or number 3 or number 4 or number 5. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. You played your role. Like, that's it. You were not top 5 most important. Like, cut it. Same way Wan-Bissaka played his role in Manchester United having a good season. But let's not act like he was top 5. But you played your part. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Well, yeah, let's get into it. RSV here says De Gea is officially gone. So it's not official, but he is now out of contract to our knowledge, which is very strange. Never seen anything like this. There has been Onana news we will get to. You lot continue to get your questions in as well before we do indeed close out. You are going to get the Q&A straight after this, though. I didn't do the Q&A earlier. We will get the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A straight after this show. But yeah, your thoughts on this, Eddie, because it seems De Gea's gone. We're linked with Onana heavily. Talk to us.
Yeah, it's another mess. Maybe this is the way we had to go about it because we couldn't just cut the corny jokes out, please. I'm trying to see. I can now focus on some football for a little bit. Yeah, not name if he does come in though. Not name Casemiro. He'll be our best midfielder, so that's a plus. Yeah, and I think it's just like football is ruthless. I feel bad for the guy that he got the contract taken because it just shows like he did deserve a little bit better. I'm not going to say, but deserved is a strong word. Like, I wish he would have gotten better. I can say that much.
That's a bad way to put it.
I wish he would have handled it better. Because to have him out here looking like this is crazy. You just won the Golden Glove, and now get it. For most people, that's because of our defense, and I tend to agree with that. But he had a part to play. I'd say 65-35 our defense, 35% him with the occasional world-class save. That's the collaborative effort. But then, like, I'm really not that bothered by it because of what you did to us this season. The amount of pain you've inflicted on me, brother, I couldn't put into a cup. I need a bathtub. I'm telling you, this De Gea brother was criminal. Multiple times we should have called Interpol to do an investigation for match fixing. Multiple times. Maybe even FIFA. Maybe, I don't know, the UN, whoever we could. Get somebody in to investigate this, brother. Because what he was doing was downright scandalous, bro. And the funniest thing was somebody on Instagram put up a Mason Mount goal against United. And guess what happened in that goal? They had a mistake. So even when we're trying to celebrate, we're actually clowning ourselves because we see De Gea doing the nonsense again. We can't win. We just can't win right now. So Onana, I pray that your game has developed to a point where we can see what makes you unique. I pray that you've solidified and you're not coming here to find yourself as a goalkeeper because we're not in that space right now. He had a great game in the Champions League final, but again, we've seen that happen. People have great games, and the next thing you know, they're back to the pumpkin you thought they were. So let's just wait and see, man. I saw we put in a bid.
I get to it now. 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my thoughts on De Gea, but yeah, let me get to the Onana.
Yeah, do your thing.
No, we'll get to it. You carry on, fam, because it's.
I gotta step and go get some real quick.
Right,
so you get it.
It's all good. But yeah, this is Warrior J saying here, Inter CEO has said on the Onana deal, our director is working on it, but there's still no official bid from Manchester United at this stage. And that's from Sky Sports, and that's at Fabrizio Romano. So I'm all for this. People are talking about Manchester United being cutthroat and being ruthless. This is it with the De Gea thing. Now, would I have liked us to have patterned a first choice goalkeeper? Absolutely, without doubt. Onana, we should have identified earlier, made a bid for earlier. That part I'm not happy about. However, this De Gea thing and letting his contract run down, I'm all for it. Because if De Gea had signed a new deal, myself, Eddie, and others would have been super critical of De Gea signing a new deal and say that's a step in the right direction. So as much as I don't like the Mount deal and I criticize Ten Hag and criticize others for that, this De Gea situation, because he could still sign a new deal, people. Don't get it mistaken. He's still Manchester United could still technically re-sign him, which I think would be a terrible mistake. But it's time to move him on. And if we lose him for free, so be it. That means his wages is off the book. What is it? 300K, 350K, however much it is. This is a massive step in the right direction. Yes, Mount, I think, is a step backwards. De Gea is a step forward, though. But I think it's an improvement, 110% to go and get another goalkeeper. Like, we could sign Onana and it fails. Guess what? You go and sign another goalkeeper, and so forth and so forth and so forth after that. So I'm all for it. Right, big up to my guy Rhino, who says it's too early to question Ten Hag's talent ID. He improved a lot of our wash players and birth stars. Don't have to like all of his choices, but all the greats have had flops or proven fans wrong. That's it, Rhino. That's why I'm with you. Like, that's why I don't. When people say, "Oh, do you question his talent ID?" I like all of his signings so far, apart from Mason Mount. One out of six. Bad. Yeah, big up Rhino. You lot, make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. One of the mods, please put Rhino's channel in the title as well. I mean, in the comment section, please. But yeah, 1 out of 6 ain't bad. But in regards to it, I was just saying, Eddie, I don't know how much you caught, but people have asked about Manchester United moving, what's the word I'm looking for? Moving ruthless and moving with a purpose. And that's what I like about this De Gea situation. Not with us not signing a new goalkeeper yet, but us letting him go. And you mentioned it in terms of, does he deserve better? Yo, fuck all that. When De Gea tried to leave us, we deserve better. He didn't care. People forget this. Man tried to bounce. People forget he was dropped. Again, you know what I'm saying? He was dropped because mentally he wasn't right. That's attitude. But guess what? It won't get mentioned because he isn't mine or Eddie's skin tone. That's what that is. Let that be Sancho this season. Let Sancho get dropped by Ten Hag and he said his head wasn't right because he wanted to leave. Or Martial did that. Or Rashford did that. Well, because it's De Gea, people like to sweep it under the rug. No, he tried to bounce.
Shout out Stephanie.
And then sulked. And then sulked to the point where he was dropped by Van Gaal that season and Romero started the season. And then eventually he turned it back around. So people are like, oh, he deserves better. Where was him treating us better? Just because we're now in a position of power and you want to stay, but we don't want you. Yeah, nah, fuck you. Bye. Thank you for your services. Love De Gea. Won everything here by the Champions League. Cool. Evolve or die. The game's moved on. Simple as that.
And that's what's terrible for me, right? He is not even a United legend for me. He's a very good player. Gave 13 years. But he doesn't deserve the level of reverence that people are saying that he deserves. When you have a Schmeichel and a Van der Sar who are the staples of the position at your club. People, they were, like, it wasn't an argument at a certain point in time. They were the best goalkeepers in the world.
Facts.
Like they said in the chat, Van der Sar saved 3 pens when it mattered. That's who we're dealing with. Schmeichel was part of history-making sides. Like, that's what we're dealing with, the goalkeepers at our club. So was he good? He was good. That's it. It's not that difficult for me to watch him leave. No.
That's...
It's really not that difficult. And especially after the year that he just had, please. The FA Cup final, I don't even like speaking on it.
People forget that. FA Cup final, the second leg against Sevilla.
He was in his own ends. He was in Spain in his own ends acting like that, people. How am I supposed to deal with that? You don't even act right in your own ends. You don't even act right in your own ends. How am I supposed to ride with you? What I look like, man? I'm not Boo Boo the Fool. You can trash it with somebody else, bro, not me. I'm cool. It's a sad, here's my little tiny violin for the sad ending to David De Gea's career at Manchester United.
You know what? You don't, in an ideal world, do you want anyone who's had success at the club to go out like that? Do I? No, but it's just time to move on, man. You're just not good enough anymore. You're just not, and I hope it is. If it's not Onana, it's somebody. We're going to sign a new goalkeeper of some sort, which I'm all for. Like,
but time to shine. Yeah, my fault. Let me get to it.
Go on, get to it.
People, abuse is never okay, right? But it's real funny to me that abuse is saved for others and not for some. See, me, I give it to anybody. I really will. I don't care because I'm gonna stand on it. I'm not gonna be the type to be like, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna be the type to talk about you as a person.
Yeah.
All I do is talk about your game. I don't care about you as a person like that. To be given all these character analysis of how you should be living your life when I don't even know how I would be acting if I had millions in the bank. People, I can't tell you. I think I'd be all right because of how I was raised, but I can't. I don't want to, I don't want to talk too much on the decisions I would be making. I tell you right now, Georgia Smith be having private parties at my spot. Hello. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. I'm getting out of hand. He's a professional. He signed up for this life. Part of being a professional is not just playing the sport. It's interacting with the media and the fans in order to make the game more marketable. And a part of that is the critique. A part of that is the critique. A part of that is the business. And we all know business is ruthless. The higher it goes, even your boss, when you go in there and ask for a raise, he's going to look at you like, what have you done for me? Right? Well, you in your head have been thinking, I've been working hard for this dude since I got here. I need a little something. Now there's warranted. There are other points in time where you have to fight for it. Unfair, or that's just the game. Like, when it comes to De Gea having his contract taken away, I look at it like this. Fall in line with the other players who've been screwed by Manchester United as it's currently constructed. You're not special, bro. You're not. You think you're the first player Manchester United has screwed on a contract deal. You might be the only one that we're really hearing about it, but I'm sure behind the scenes.
Fam, we even screwed him. Your contract's up, and we just don't want to renew it.
I think the thing where we offered it,
and then took it away.
Took it away. Different. That's it. And again, I don't say it like it's wrong. Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's business. It's business. You know, that happens in business.
It does.
You either take it right there, or you give me even a second to think about it, and I'll yank that joint, bro. I really will. That's how the business runs, man. Like I said, I'm not going to say deserve because I don't think there's a player on that roster that deserves anything from the club. Because the only people who deserve something from this club are Premier League and Champions League winners. That's what it is. Now, you were a tag-along in 2013, so I can put context to that one and be like, yeah, relax, buddy. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, like it's just legit. Like it is. Like, is it ideal? No, but we all know about, morals. I say this all the time. For high-level sport is not a moral. There's no moral compass.
Oh no,
it's winning over everything.
And we're gonna show people.
We're just winning over
everything. Not quickly interrupt. We're gonna show people by who I think is gonna be on our roster come this preseason. That morals. Because we gotta.
Did something not happen? Oh, you're talking about I thought you were talking about the Onana thing because he got dropped by 10.
No. I'm talking about
situation. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If you needed any further proof that morals are not in this thing at all,
facts.
We have a brother who's probably going to end up playing striker for us at some point next season.
It could well happen. All because he's talented, despite what he's done. All right, that's what it is. Time to shine. It says Manchester United have the green light from Andre Onana to join the club. United will have direct contact with Inter Milan to discuss the price. It's 50 million to 55 million euros and add-ons. And that's from Fabrizio Romano. They're submitting a bid for Onana at 9 p.m. So that's 9 p.m. Well, all right, cool. That works out. Great deal. If we can get him for that, because that's like 40 million pounds. That's a steal for a number one goalkeeper. Like I said, I thought it would be more, but I think Inter are broke, so it makes sense. So as much as I dislike the Mount deal, I really like this Onana deal and getting rid of De Gea as well. That's a step in the right direction. If we then do sign a striker, which we'll get into, that's an improvement. Because I've spoken in depth about our spine. One thing I do like is Ten Hag has attempted to improve the spine because we signed Mount. Onana's there. We will sign a striker, which we will discuss before we close out. That's right down the spine of the team. And you add that to Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, Ericsson. It's like, okay, there's something to this. Yeah, Inter, massive debt issue. All right. See, why are we being smarter with Inter Milan than we are with Mason Mount? How is Onana? Never mind. We ain't even get into it. We're
not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
But hopefully it does happen. And Warrior J here says, going off Manchester United's wage budget, they have £65 million to spend on a striker. That's from Samuel Luckhurst. That's more than enough to go get what you need to go get. 110%. We could sign 2 strikers with that. Easily go and sign 2 strikers with that. But if it is £65 million, if this is true, obviously we don't know. If it is, that means we ain't gonna overspend on no striker, which I'm over the moon about. We already just been ripped off for this Mount deal. Go get Onana at a good price. Go get a striker at a good price. And then outgoings, and then see what else we can invest. Because reports were saying we was looking at another midfielder anyway, like alongside Mount. So, but yeah, your thoughts on this?
Like I said, I think it's good to get him in for the striker. But I would like somebody a bit more experienced, just because the Prem is a different breed, bro.
True.
You especially if you're young, you gotta be able to see it from afar, from a certain perspective before you hop right in, unless you're that kind of talent. And I don't think he is, other than because I think he would have actually commanded a fee that was crazy if he turned out to be that guy. But I again, he's not Martial, so I'm with it. Like that's fine. That's right. That's the bar, brother. He's not Martial.
I just said he's not Martial. I hear you, fam.
That's where I have to go, because, and he's not Weghorst. That's where we're at when it comes to that position. Like me, this is what I'm saying, brother. I would legit shoehorn Rashford to be a striker. If I had my way, I'd be like, brother, figure it out. I don't care if you don't want to play here, but I have other issues other than you not liking to play striker. I legit honestly do.
I'll get you.
Like, when I see the likes of Ivan Toney just rotting away because people want to have some kind of, I guess, principled stance now. They want to say, yeah, we're not going to do it because of what he's going through. I just said I have to ignore my actual emotions about that, because I'll be breaking shit. Like I'm be real, bro. Like, that's the dream pairing. That's the pairing right there. Tony Holland. That's what we actually need.
Oh, Tony and Holland makes sense. Yeah.
That's what we need. So we got Gabe Vincent. Oh, hey man, at least somebody's giving me joy. At least somebody is bringing me joy.
The Heat. Is that Gabe
Vincent? Yeah, from the Heat. At least somebody is bringing me joy.
Carry on, fam. Back in 1 sec.
Yeah, no doubt. And y'all definitely to stick around for the sports Q&A, because we can definitely get into some NBA free agency. I hope that just means we're keeping Reeves and what's his face? Reeves and Rui. I think they still stick around. But yeah, back to United, because it's United. We have to look at what really we struggled with last season, and that's scoring goals. Defending wasn't the issue. Maintaining possession and scoring goals was our issue. We could not dictate a game. We could not finish off chances. We could defend. That's why every game was competitive for us. We could defend with the best of them. But when it came to maintaining the possession, when it came to scoring goals, we were terrible. So I think, if we got 2 strikers, that's ideal. Hopefully get another midfielder. If this is what I'll say. If we get a goalkeeper, midfielder, 2 strikers,
You say
somehow,
goalkeeper.
some way.
What do you say? Go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, somehow, some way we get a center back. We need like 5. I can deal with that.
Yeah, it's a spine thing. Like I said, goalkeeper, another midfielder now, striker. Yeah, that's really ideally 3 midfielders, to be honest, or 2. We need so much. There's more first team. So like I say, striker, midfielder, goalkeeper. If we get 3 more on top of that, I think we'll sign 4 to 5 players anyway. Onana's a step in the right direction, though. I do like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think right. To Kevin, who says we're not getting 5, I could see us signing 4 or 5 players like we did last summer. I think max 5, minimum 3.
We got to sell. But
I think we'll sell them.
Yeah.
I think we will sell. But we will see. Well, I don't mind this. Like I said, if this is true in regards to 65 million for a striker, because I think we could do that. I think we could definitely sign 1 or 2 strikers with that. It's just all about being shrewd. I mean, clever in the market, but we'll see. Final few questions before we close out, people. Teddy says, until we sell, we're only getting 3. I think we'll sell, though.
Yeah.
With the budget, though, do you think all those players of signings are possible? Yes. Again, it's all about being clever. You don't have to spend, and you're not saying this, Gavin, but I say this all the time. You don't have to spend big to get good players. You can go and get players who are at cheaper price, who are a steal, who will do what is required. Well, this comes back to what I said earlier on in the show in regards to getting players who fit a profile. Like, I need a midfield. I need 2 8s who are good at this, and this. Forget names. Blank out names. All right, here's a list of players who do everything you need. All right, who do we then go on? Then you go and assess it. Who's cheaper? Who's more expensive? Who's older? Who's playing in the Premier League? Who's playing outside the Premier League? Who's played in your... That's when all them things. Who's right-footed? Who's left-footed? Injury records. That's when all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, comes to it. So
I think...
No, it's calm. Go.
It's cool because I think the center back is just... I think the center back is the easiest thing to get because you're a Varane backup. So you don't have to be this world beater kind of player. You just honestly have to be faster than Maguire. That's it. Literally, that's it. Be faster than Maguire. Be able to play at least 1 pass away. That's what you're going to be asked to do. Usually, if they're the backup, they'll be partnered with Delo. So Delo can do the majority of the ball carrying from that area of the pitch. And you just focus on defending. The problem with Maguire is he tries to do too much.
Thanks.
So he puts himself in harm's way more than he actually should be. Be a defender who knows his role and does it the best way he can. And I think that'll help us in more ways than just us going to get some top class center back who will be mad that Varane is playing more than him. And I think that's the thing with the Kingman J situation that people aren't understanding. He was a starter at Napoli when they just came off of winning Serie A. Yeah. He's not trying to go somewhere and be backup.
True.
He's trying. I'm pretty sure when he goes to Bayern, he's going to play right away.
He's the best center back. He's the best center back.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to play right away. So that was a big part. I think we were just linked because again, you link us to Manchester United, you get people going. That's how it's been this entire time. And I think, again, like Flawless has said, if we sell, it's definitely possible that we get more players.
Yeah, and we could sell.
But if we don't sell, then I'm going to cap it at Onana, Mount, Holland.
Yeah, the striker. Mm-hmm.
And maybe 1 midfielder. That's about it. Backup for Casemiro, absolutely. But at this point...
we need first teamers. I hate you, Stephanie G, but we need first teamers.
We need first teamers. Like, I don't Mount at the other 8 to like pair with Bruno. I just think at some point in time, unfortunately, he'll see it doesn't work. Then we'll be back to playing Eriksen, Bruno, Casemiro, or maybe even Mount But I think Bruno might get the captaincy. I wouldn't give it to him. I'd probably go Licha. But I don't think Leach is the type of player for that yet. Yeah, I might even go Rashford before I go Bruno. Just saying of how long he's been there, done that. People say Bruno is captain because he spends a lot of his time when he's not playing the pass to the other team, walking down the referee and just yelling. But, I don't think that's necessarily captain material, people. So yeah, when it comes to the transfers, a lot has to be done. A lot has to be done. And Floss has said 3 midfielders. I've said 2 strikers, center backs. Like, we've mentioned multiple positions, which should let people know how much of a job somebody has to do to rework this team.
Facts.
The fact that we weren't in for a Caicedo, I can understand because we have a Casemiro. And so it gets a bit redundant having Casemiro and Caicedo. Because it's kind of like the Fred thing, right? When they're pretty much great defending, but when you talk about having a certain level of responsibility to maintain possession and play smart passes, it gets iffy in that part of the game for them. Not saying they can't do it, but to do both is a lot. Like we said on multiple streams, Casemiro looked great when he had a Toni Kroos and a Luka Modric, and I get of course, but he's talking about the profile of those players and what they do. Kroos was his partner in the back. Modric went ahead, created for other people, and that's how they kept the balance. So I think we don't have a midfielder in that Toni Kroos-esque build, right? I think, unfortunately, Bruno serves in the Modric role where he's creating higher up the pitch. And Casemiro has that trust in getting him the ball to create. And so we need that other one, but instead we went and got another Bruno. That's why we're mad, people. That's it. That's the episode in a nutshell. That's why we're mad, people.
Yes. And that's a beautiful way to end the episode, to be honest. Large up everybody who's tapped in. Big up all the regulars, big up all the new people in the chat. Please make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you are indeed new as well. Make sure, don't forget to check us out on all audio platforms as well. I will drop them in the chat. But don't worry, man, this is not the end of the Sarcasm City TV content for you lot tonight. Because as soon as this show ends, we will redirect you straight to the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we'll be answering all your sporting questions, not just on Manchester United. So I will drop the link for the membership and the audio platforms in the chat. Again, Eddie, my brother, anything you want to add before we do indeed close out?
Let me just answer Stephanie's question in the chat real quick. Would I sell Fred to Fulham and ask about Mitrovic? No. I would just sell Fred. I'm cool on Mitrovic. The last thing I need you doing is trying to fight the referee in the United kit. I'm good.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts for 110%. And to L1 who says, don't go, man. Clearly, you just have a hard of hearing. I legit just said we got a show straight after this show.
Right after this one. With more foolishness than you can imagine. Don't worry.
You know what I'm saying? More foolishness. I've not spoke to all these Chelsea dickheads since this Mount deal. So here we are. But yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If the ManDem United podcast is your favorite show, people, there is a list for it on the channel as well. I've just dropped the membership. Oh yeah, shout out to everyone who did join the membership, because even though we was gone for a couple of days, I did upload some new videos to that. So some old Sarcasm City podcast content that people enjoyed. So make sure you go check it out with me and Tux. It was more current affairs, but there's still football stuff on there as well. Views from the Dugout, which was the original football show, plus more. But yeah, man, Eddie, always good chopping up with you, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Hopefully we get this Onana deal over the line. Hopefully we do. Let me actually start this over live as well. Over there. But yeah, love to everyone who has locked in. You know what I'm saying? Yes. No, I don't. I disagree with people who are disrespectful to me. That's what it is. Like you. That's what it is. If you're here to just be disrespectful and you think I'm wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about, Click the X button. Why are you here? You know what I'm saying in that? Why are you here? That's what it is. Disagree all the time. But what two things is not gonna happen? Because people seem to think it's okay in this space because other content creators put with it. So one, I'm just not gonna be disrespected on a personal level, like straight blocked. Let me get that out of the way. Two, I'm all for disagreement and opinions. But if you're just here to disagree with me, I'm not having that. Because a lot of people only input is criticism. Never have a question. All they want to do is sit there and disagree with what I say. So if you want to do that, go elsewhere. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? All people want to do. So people who got blocked earlier, that's all man's done all the time for the past 2 weeks, is just disagree with everything. So if you disagree with everything I say, go away. I'm saying we got nothing to discuss. You know what I'm saying? And that you ain't gonna come to my place of business and tell me how to run it. It's like going to McDonald's and telling them how to cook the Big Macs. They'll tell you get out. You know what I'm saying? So people get comfortable. So no. If you think I'm a fraud and you don't rate what I'm doing and all this, bye. We don't have to communicate. You're not as important as you think you are. Just putting that out there.
Is that Snoop? Is that Snoop?
Is that who? Where?
Snoop Jewel? Is that the same Snoop?
Wait, is Snoop back around? Nah, that can't be Snoop. No.
I hope so.
I hope so. Hey, Snoop, if that's you, big up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. I hope you're blessed. Big up, Snoop. You know what I'm saying? I did reach out to him, but I didn't hear nothing back.
Okay.
Yeah, Stephanie G, we can disagree. Me and Eddie disagree on stuff. The panel, we can disagree on stuff. It's like I said.
All the time.
It's when people want to go personal. You know what I'm saying? Or only disagree. If you're only here to disagree, all right, cool, buy in it. If I'm a fraud, disappear. Why do you want to be on a fraud's channel? Again. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we're going to close out, heading over to the Q&A, people. Love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Don't go anywhere because it's going to redirect you straight to the Q&A. Big up.